I share the reluctance Jacob expressed when he wrote of the problems of unchastity and infidelity, the breaching of what some number as the seventh commandment. Clearly, unchastity and infidelity bring serious consequences, such as the rippling, even haunting effects of illegitimacy and fatherlessness, along with disease and the shredding of families. So many marriages hang by a thread or have already snapped. This quiet but deep crisis coexists with vexing international crises in our time of war. Therefore, the keeping of the seventh commandment is such a vital shield. By lowering or losing that shield, the much-needed blessings of heaven are lost. No person or nation can prosper for long without those blessings. Strange in a time otherwise obsessed with entitlements, how little concern there is over our becoming entitled to the blessings of heaven. Instead, a declining belief by some in ultimate immortality has only intensified proximate immorality, leading away many, telling them that when a man was dead, that was the end thereof. Therefore, being good citizens includes being good, such as in knowing the clear difference between lusting after a neighbor and loving one's neighbor. One of the best ways we can put off the natural man is to starve him. Weakened, he is more easily dislodged. Otherwise, he insists on getting his ticket punched at every stop on the temptation train. The adversary has also artificially inflated the concept of privacy, further lubricating the slide away from individual accountability. After all, a few mouse clicks on a computer can take one privately and quickly into enemy territory without having to go through passport control. But God does not have two sets of 10 commandments, one indoor and another outdoor. Those who live after the manner of happiness also wisely develop protective spiritual manners. These manners are reflected in their proper dress, language, humor, music, thereby sending the signal of determined discipleship. Ever wonder why the sensual scene so often features flashing but fading lights? Or why all the reinforcing glitz? Or why all the loudness masquerading as music? Because, fearful of the dawn, evil cannot stand the steady scrutiny of bright truth, nor can it endure the quiet reflections of soul-searching. Thus, the drumbeat of desensitization deadens the taste buds of the soul by responding illegitimately to the legitimate need for belonging and for love, as predators and victims sadly become past feeding. However costumed or made up, lust is no substitute for love. Previously, society has often had helpful though subtle balancing and restraining mechanisms, including families and churches and schools, to check-rein excessive individual behavior. But too often, some of these mechanisms are either missing, malfunctioning, or equivocating. Moreover, the foregoing trends are further accelerated by the fashionable non-judgmentalism which excuses whatever wrong individuals do as long as they do anything else commendable. After all, didn't Mussolini make the trains run on time? Additionally, however, those who in various ways persistently foster and intensify this often drug-drenched drama of immorality, whether as promoters, enablers, facilitators, or profiteers, will also then face and then feel all the misery they have caused countless others. Finally, brothers and sisters, in certain times and circumstances, discipleship requires us to be willing to stand alone. Our willingness to do so here and now is consistent with Christ kneeling alone there and then in Gethsemane. In the final atoning process, none were with him. As we take our stands, the faithful will not be alone, not that alone, however. Of necessity, the angel who stood by Christ in Gethsemane to strengthen him left him. If we hold aloft the shield of faith in God and faith in his commandments, his angels will be round about us to bear us up and have charge over us.